And how's it going, everyone? It is Skullzi here with the latest and the greatest gaming news. Over the last couple of days, I broke down what the most likely release dates of both Starfield and The Elder Scrolls 6 would most likely be, based upon educated speculation and confirmed Bethesda patterns. And by doing this, I came to a somewhat shocking realization that The Elder Scrolls 6 would most likely be Bethesda Game Studios' last game of the next generation of gaming, as most console generations last about 7 years, and Bethesda Game Studios takes, on average, 4 years to make their games. So chances are very likely that Starfield and The Elder Scrolls 6 will be the only Bethesda Game Studios games to be released during the up-and-coming next generation of consoles before next-gen comes into focus. And this is a pretty crazy thought, as where is Fallout 5 in all of this craziness? Fans of the single-player Elder Scrolls games are definitely feeling a little bit abandoned right now, but imagine how single-player Fallout fans must feel. By the time Starfield and The Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, Fallout fans would have been waiting for a new single-player Fallout game for potentially like 15 years, and that is assuming Fallout 5 comes out after The Elder Scrolls 6 and not Starfield 2 or The Elder Scrolls 7 or something else altogether. It could even be potentially 15 years before The Elder Scrolls 6 comes out after Skyrim as well, and it's super crazy to think that two huge and successful franchises could go like 15 years between sequels. That's unheard of. And whatever game does come out after The Elder Scrolls 6, it'll most likely be a launch title for the PS6 and the Xbox Series X 720, as that is how the current Bethesda development timeline lines up, unless Bethesda somehow rushes one of their game development cycles for one of their future games. Then they might be able to squeeze out a third game right at the end of next gen, and this third next gen game would most likely end up being cross-gen as well. But I don't think that would happen, because anytime there is a new generation of gaming technology, Bethesda Game Studios always needs to take extra development time to upgrade their game engine, which is why Starfield is most likely taking so long. However, it's hard to say exactly what Bethesda Game Studios' future sequel patterns will be, as they now have like 3 games to switch between during the years to come. And the cold hard truth for Fallout fans is Fallout 76 seems to be all there is going to be in terms of Fallout game content for quite a long time, because not only were there 2 Fallout games released in a row, Fallout 4 and Fallout 76, but online games like Fallout 76 tend to have a pretty long lifespan as they get new content released on the regular, and so far Bethesda has been doing a decent job at keeping Fallout 76 updated with new content. So whenever Fallout 5 does decide to show up, it may mark the beginning of the end of Fallout 76, which is something Bethesda isn't going to want for like quite a long time now. So that basically leaves us with Starfield and The Elder Scrolls in terms of single-player Bethesda Game Studios content for quite a long time. However, if Fallout 5 came out after The Elder Scrolls 6 and wasn't cross-gen but instead came out during the first couple of years of next-gen, say around like 2028 or so, then that might be long enough for Bethesda to let go of Fallout 76 and allow the focus of the Fallout franchise to return back to its single-player roots, which is where it belongs in my opinion. No disrespect to Fallout 76, as it is a great Fallout game, but the single-player portion of the franchise should have never been completely abandoned like this. But I'm not so sure if the single-player games could have coexisted with Fallout 76, maybe if they were done right, but from a business perspective, I don't think it would have made much sense. And of course, from the outside looking in, it's pretty obvious that ZeniMax does not seem like they're too interested in having online games coexist with single-player games of the same franchise. As the second an online version of a franchise goes up, the single-player portion steps back for a while. The Elder Scrolls Online is a very clear example of this, and no doubt Fallout 76 will follow suit as well, and will be the main Fallout game for quite a long time. Usually online games like this have a lifespan of about 10 years, but that all depends on a few things like obviously sales and the game's remaining active player base throughout the years to come. Also, from a business perspective, it wouldn't make much sense to have 2 Fallout games competing with one another at the same time, so I suppose it does make sense for Fallout 76 to remain in the spotlight for a while, even if it isn't a single-player game like the majority of the Bethesda fanbase would prefer. So with all this in mind, the best case scenario for Fallout 5's release release date lands it as either a cross-gen title between next-gen, meaning the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, as well as the next generation of consoles after that, meaning the PS6 and the Xbox 890 Terafloppers edition. Or Fallout 5 might be a launch title for only the PS6 and the Xbox Series 4 2069 altogether, and skip next-gen completely. Either way, I wouldn't expect to see or hear anything about Fallout 5 until like 2028 and beyond, which kinda sucks, I know. Keep in mind though, this is 100% speculation as we still have Starfield and the Elder Scrolls 6 ahead of us, and we don't even know what the heck is going on with those games. However, the single-player Fallout fanbase are going to be left hanging for a long time, so I kinda wanted to give them a little bit of content even though it may not be exactly what they want to hear. That's going to finish up today's video though. As always, what I want to know is, when do you think Fallout 5 will finally go down? Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and if your comment wins the internet, you may get featured in a future video. Be sure to like the video if you enjoy the content, and if you want to stay in the know when it comes to the latest gaming news, hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on so you don't miss the latest uploads. Follow me over on Twitter for the news that doesn't quite make it into my videos, as well as other channel updates, and check for links down in the description below for your official Skullzi merchandise, the Skullzi Discord community chat server, and if you want to have your hand in providing future content, there are links on how to be an exclusive channel member here on YouTube, over on Patreon, or Ko-fi as well. And as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in next time when Fallout 5 is developed by Bethesda Game Studios Mars.
It just works.